As we set out on day 2 of our new adventure on board our Drake Caterpillar, the Emu Express, we were still in search of one of the new night vision weapon optics added to the game recently. I know a lot of people are eager to see us move on to cargo hauling in this ship, and it is coming soon, I promise. For today though, we'd be focusing a lot on logistics on board the ship, and early into the day, Cyrus had another recent talking point on his mind.
I really hope they backpedal on this this green space. The reception has been pretty terrible.
I'm surprised they haven't already.
Yeah.
We're going to start with a pretty quick summary of our experiences with more distribution center missions as we searched for the new optics. Enemy AI seems to be consistently much more active than it was before.
Another herd.
And in a pretty uncharacteristic move, I'd be starting the day with a bottle of Cruise Lux. Now, typically I don't use the elevator when leaving this ship, instead I opt for the side doors. I hop down to the walkways. But the Caterpillar has some problems with its door controls lately, as I was about to observe. The buttons are a little bit less reliable lately, so it's more reliable, I'm sure, to use the elevator now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is only reliable to use the elevator now.
I mean, as long as nobody can jump in there.
Yeah, but pirates could maybe come down with it. They see a bunch of boxes as well. Like, we can chance it, but we might literally lose the very ship this series is about. So we'd be leaving one of the bays open for now as we head in to face down hostiles, and it wouldn't take long until gunfire began.
On the catwalk that I'm gonna go take care of.
But that boss is down. He was very tough.
Okay, oh, I see.
Another one here.
Okay. Coming for you. There we go.
Good work, good work. This is down here. Ooh, taking shots. Yeah, okay, this is the first mission done. So now we can track the second mission. I think it'll be inside the second mission. Oop, shots.
Oh, there's a green here that. Oh.
Oop. He landed some hits, damn. No injuries though, thank God. Yeah, good work. Loot, and hopefully not ended trespassing. We were collecting a lot of loot on these runs, but not the optics that we were looking for. Still, we had a lot to bring back on board the Emu for safekeeping. And in a welcome change, the next mission would take place on the day side of Microtech. The AI would again prove to be a legitimate threat on this mission. I see him. Ooh. Okay, I got one. Maybe two.
I hear an arrowhead charging.
Throwing a grenade.
Grenade! Oh, did you hear him? Yelled, grenade!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be making use of grenades quite often here, and one of these times would lead to an amusing moment as we climbed the tower.
Incoming!
The grenade knocked him off the... I threw a grenade and it didn't kill the guy, but it knocked him off the edge and he just fell past me. Now, after our good friend Chris saw what we were trying to do, he told us that the best place to go looking for these night vision objects is the maintenance area below the lobby of the distribution centers.
We're freaking out.
You can find a lot of loot boxes down here, and there is a chance to find one of the night vision scopes. On a later visit though, I'd finally find what I'd be looking for. There are a few of these in the game right now, but at present only the ×3 holographic sight actually works. And while I have not used it in combat yet, I did take it into the wilderness for a quick test, and as you can see, it greatly improves the visibility along your aim at night. So as I said, we wanted to spend some time setting up the ship and bringing supplies on board, and we'd be starting with a trip to the Commons to buy things like ammo and med pens. I'm on the deck at the Commons. We need to do some proper life aboard organising, because we didn't do a lot of that in episode 1, The Phantom Menace. There has been a back-end upgrade recently called RMQ. I don't know what this does exactly, but it does seem to have had a big improvement on the behaviour of NPCs in the game.
Oh, well, that's a good sign for the server health. All the exercising people are exercising.
I have noticed, I think since the whole RMQ thing, that the NPCs are all behaving a lot more like they're supposed to be behaving.
Yeah.
I'd take a look in the restaurants of the Commons for anyone standing on chairs or tables. Everyone looks like they're sitting down properly. Do you remember when it used to be like all of the NPCs in this floor were all having some sort of weird secret meeting in Elroy's?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then everybody over at the smoothie bar was like standing on the table. Oh, they're all sitting down properly? Damn, okay.
What's going on? Well, what have you done with the real Star Citizen?
This isn't my Star Citizen.
I'd make a stop in Centre Mass to pick up ammo, as in the last episode, commenters were definitely right to point out that I should have brought some with me, along with arm armour, which I had completely forgotten, and was probably why I got such a bad arm injury. There were a couple of considerations to go over with bringing supplies on board the ship, from the day-to-day essentials to the little things that just improve immersion or make you feel more at home. We arguably had too many boxes already, as most of the focus would be on the one that we'd placed by the elevator. So this is like the primary box here. Vehicles are also something we had plans for as part of this ship's loadout. What I'd like to do is put a Medical Ursa on board, and I've got one at New Babbage, so
Okay.
we'd return to the spaceport to load a Medical Ursa, but before that there was something far more important to do. Most people are aware of the main habitation room on this ship with 2 of the 4 crew bunks, but the bridge crew actually have their own little hub below the bridge, and me and Cyrus would be taking those bunks for this series. It's not quite the same feeling as having individual rooms for each crew member like on the Corsair, but it is better than one big dorm. So in terms of living space, bridge crew sleep underneath the bridge. I call the beds nearest the window. We need picos, is what we need. I did have one in storage here at New Babbage.
Separate modules, right?
I'm bringing the first pico on board for luck. Getting a pico down there though turned out to be a little tricky. Hey. Getting a pico down to the lower deck is actually hard because of the placement of the ladder. So we can get a pico down here in the
mess hall.
Now, the Caterpillar is an older ship, and the collision geometry does not match the visible LOD very well, meaning that you cannot place a pico on the table, for example. This is kind of why you need to bring a lot of boxes on board as well. I know some ships have storage on board in the form of lockers and such, but the Caterpillar, as far as I'm aware, is not one of them yet. It really needs some love to bring it up to modern standards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I can't put one on this table.
Right, yeah, that's what I tried to do. The caterpillar definitely needs some attention in that regard.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to get the medevac.
And so I was just curious if you saw that.
I'd be hopping onto the bed first to once again restore my hydration. Next, it was time to pull the cat back to the hangar and then equip what is now a logistics necessity, I feel, a max lift tractor beam. Pleasantly surprised that the default camera view when using an item kiosk has been moved behind the player instead of clipping into the wall in front.
Pretty amazing.
Are you using in-game chat? Is that...
Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I'm trying to mess with this dude.
You're doing like NPC voices.
I'm trying.
Oh, it's funny.
He had on like white armor and the white undersuit, so I was messing with him.
The initial plan was to put the nursery in the front compartment, but the real question here was, would it fit? In the last episode, we brought 2 Atlas on board, and I thought one might come in handy for this, so I'd pull it back down to the hangar floor. But I'd left the shield on in the Ursa, and so Vlad would have to head on board and shut off the shield before we could use the tractor beam.
Alright,
Oh,
shield's
there
off.
we go, yeah, that worked.
I'm being taken for a ride.
Oh, you might have to close up that back ramp.
Oh, okay.
Now, I was having a problem with the Atlas tractor beam here where any movement of my mouse wheel at all would extend or retract the beam to its maximum or minimum length. There was no ability to stop it in between. Is this how it's meant to work? I do not know. The beam just... what's good? The beam behaves in a really strange way. It's like it extends to its max. Maybe that's a side effect of the way the beam works, you know. That there was a kind of movement that I can't work with. So I'd be pulling the nursery over for now and using the ship's tractor beam to put it into one of the side bays. Initially, it looked like access to the rear of the vehicle would be pretty easy, but the bay doors were still open right now, and this might not be where the final position was after the doors were closed. We can leave the back ramp open. It'd be awkward to access it, I guess, but I mean, we can do it. It's tight, but like it does work.
It's like our ingenuity on it.
It was now safely in the bay, but we were sacrificing a lot of space to have it with us. Ursa, Medical Ursa on board, look at that, yeah. I mean, we're giving up a lot of cargo space.
Yeah.
So I'd pull the Atlas back on board as well. And I do think that taller doors in the Cat's cargo pods would be good for the Atlas now that we have them. I do wish the doors were taller, right? So you could move it between compartments. With all of this space being taken up by things, Cyrus was thinking of ways to maximize the remaining cargo space.
Alright, how do you want this organized? Or should we move them all to the rearmost bay? Like all our supply boxes and stuff?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea, yeah. Moving all of our supply boxes to the bay closest to the elevator was a good start. As I said in the last episode, we probably have way too many of these boxes, but we can always just throw away any excess boxes if the time comes that we need the space for cargo. Cyrus also wanted to take a crack at loading the nursery into the front bay of the ship, and he was confident that he would have more control with the Atlas tractor beam. Oh! Okay. You should be good now.
There we go.
Some good control you got there. Big question is,
And the doors close.
okay, I'm risking it here. But the door would struggle to close and instead bounced back. I'm opening the door again.
Yeah. The door did not like closing.
Didn't like closing, but did it wedge it further in? Chief was already in the bay observing.
It's wedged in there pretty good.
Ooh, it's very wedged. Holy shit, yeah.
It won't be bouncing around.
No, the ideal thing really would be to take the wheels off. It wouldn't be a vehicle anymore, but it would be a med bay. Would the doors close now, though?
It bounced off.
Yeah, and with how it was wedged in there, would we even be able to remove it?
It's not pulling. It's pretty wedged.
So we decided that to get the nurse out, it was time to shoot off some of the wheels. This would hopefully allow us to remove it and maybe even allow it to fit into a much smaller space on board. Risky, but just how to do it exactly?
Well, you do have a buck right over here in the corner. You could use that.
That's a better plan than I had. First thing to do is make sure only the Revenant would fire, as we'd have to be very accurate to avoid damage to either the caterpillar or the nurse's hull. Let me turn off some of the guns real quick.
Yeah, I would just use that one center gun, so that way you know you're hitting exactly where you want to hit.
It's working. So...
Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
Okay, one of the wheels is off. Do you want to tractor it out? Do the next one.
Or should we see if I can pull it out?
Friendly fire.
Okay. That's 2 wheels off. So see if you can pull it out now. So I can get one of those front wheels off if I aim carefully. A little bit of movement.
Yeah, it's moving a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, good work. Can we repair it on this pad?
I don't know.
I think we've just demonstrated the utility of keeping a buck in the hangar. Now, let me see if I can repair this thing first. The nurse's hull was pretty damaged, so repair seemed like a sensible option, but the vehicle could neither drive nor repair. So as Chief tractor beamed the loose tyres into a tidy stack, we decided to shoot off the rest of the wheels as well, to make the nurse much smaller.
Oh yeah.
side's completely wheelless now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. It is now without wheels.
Alright.
Chief had built a little stack of tyres just inside the entranceway of the hangar, and I mention it here because it will cause something very strange to happen shortly. It should go in backwards now. It should go in backwards.
Okay.
The tyres. I wonder if they'll persist.
They should.
It might, yeah.
The Ursa didn't really look any further inside here. Huh. Get a look from the other side.
Oh yeah. If you need to adjust it, you should be able to do it with the max lift.
And inside it was very clear that there was a huge gap. So it turns out that the collision geometry for the back end of the Ursa is a lot taller than the front. So we'd have to try front first. And before loading it back in, the idea of repairing it using a salvage tool was brought up.
Maybe we can repair the hull a bit.
Yeah,
With the SRT or something.
We could use them, yeah, we could do manual repair, can't we?
Yeah.
Take some hull off of that goddamn back over there. Actually, you know what, we should probably do that now. Before we load it in. Maybe I've got one of those repair guns, I don't know. As I was looking for a repair tool though, the ship and Ursa would vanish.
What the?
What happened?
Where's the cat? Cat's gone. Ursa's gone.
Cat got stored. Oh, the Ursa got impounded. What? Why?
What?
Now, Chief Osiris called an elevator to the hangar here, and it seems to have run right through our stack of tyres. You can even see the moment that they are disturbed, and the results, while initially nothing out of the ordinary, turned out to be quite strange.
Oh, how'd the tires all just move?
I mean, our ships are disappearing. I think that's the least of our worries. Oh, hello.
Oh, I think the elevator collided with the tire stack.
Oh my god, the other elevator is full of them. The server we were on seemed to be having some strangeness in general. We were able to carry guns and shoot them even in the spaceport, for example.
Oh, you can do it too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reset my spawn here.
So we decided to swap over to a fresh server where we'd head straight back to the hangar to pull our vehicles back out and finish loading the cat with the Ursa. Would it still be in the same state as before though? I'm pulling up the Ursa first because I'm curious just very quickly whether it's got wheels or not.
Yeah, if it's just the busted one or if it's...
It's still broken.
Yep.
An Ursa without any wheels is just a container.
Yeah.
It is interesting how much smaller the Ursa is without the wheels, right?
Yeah.
Of course it's parked that way around. I'd slowly get the Ursa down to the correct end of the caterpillar. Ready to feed the caterpillar. From the inside, this orientation looks far more promising. I think it'll fit. I think if I close the doors, we should be okay. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, it fit. Let's open this hatch up. Boom! We've now got a medical bay and only a little bit of jank. Keep the door closed, it should be fine. But there you go. Medical caterpillar achieved. Okay, let's get the hell out of here before something else goes wrong.
Alright, I'm coming aboard.
Good, good, good. We're actually moving now. We're actually moving. So our plan here was to head out and take part in the Blockade Runner event that are happening on rotation through the Stanton system. And as this event is pretty cargo focused, along with both a lot of ship combat and even the risk of some PvP, we thought it would be an exciting way to spend a couple of days in the ship. And I do have to say that we have a lot to show and share about the Blockade Runner event, along with yet more odd little discoveries about the cat in its current form. As things were getting a bit long in this video though, I decided to split them into 2 episodes, with this one being more focused on logistics and the follow-up more focused on action. Nothing too serious.
That's just a scratch.
Oh yeah, not a big deal.
Okay.
On the deck.
Now I am very pleased to announce the winner of our LTI Origin M50 game package giveaway with the comment that you see on screen right now. Gravy is our winner. Congratulations to you, Gravy. I hope you get a lot of fun out of the ship. And of course I just want to thank CIG for all of the cool prizes they send out to us for these giveaways. As always, I want to thank all of you at home for watching and all of our very generous channel patrons that you can see on screen right now. These very generous people keep this channel going with their support, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for choosing to support the channel. Thank you. We'll be back with more from Star Citizen very soon.